Hi, welcome to the Week 4 DQ wrap-up. This week has been a bit of an inflection point as you really reach pretty much the midterm of the course. It's also arguably been a bit of a moment of truth. Arguably there are several in this course, and you know exactly what a moment of truth is, and you probably should by now have the ability to use course-related language and concepts such as positive or negative disconfirmation, alignment with the value proposition, describing the levers and buttons of the marketing mix, those things. So that's kind of where you should be in terms of your ability to think about these issues. But the one thing that I'd bring up came from an interesting question observation from talking with a student earlier this week. The student asked, should I really be trying to engage with the professor in the DQs or my peers? As I thought about that, I kind of really came up with sort of a 3C model. You got the curator of the content, you've got your class, which is your peers, and then you have the content itself. So your goal in the discussion questions is not necessarily to engage me or necessarily to engage your classmates, but to engage the content. If you successfully engage the content, you'll invoke both of us, and we'll all be able to learn and enjoy the evolving discussion that comes from that. The other thing that I point out is at this point in the course, you really should have a pretty good idea of the levers and buttons of the marketing mix and how they apply to really manipulate pretty much any situation you can come up with in the service sector. For example, one of the discussion questions is fluctuations in demand. How do you deal with that in a service sector environment? On the first hand, you should be able to identify what are the problems inherent in the service sector. One of them may be the basic intangibility and qualitative nature of many services. One of them may be the inability to have buffer inventories and things like that. So as you think about what are you going to do with under or over supply, the elements of the marketing mix as well as the overall positioning and the service scape are your elements that you have to manipulate. For example, you could lower or raise price. Now that's an easy one. Most people think of that one, but it's a good example of what you can do. You can also control the process. You could change the process. So you can do promoting more or less. So you have a host of variables in the elements of the marketing mix and the extended marketing mix that you can use to really deal with pretty much any issue that you can come across in their service sector. So it's a great week. It's an inflection point because we've got an exam. You've had your first deliverable, your major deliverable, the paper, and I'm working vigorously on getting those graded now. So stay involved in the DQs, engage the content, and you've got about a week and a half before your next deliverable is due, your second paper. So keep going, keep engaged, and call or email or text if you have questions. Thanks.